this day and for the sake of the showers of blessing that He has given to us as we go to Saturday for our election. I have been on the campaign trail pretty much for the last year. I have visited 276 constituencies across the country. I have met with a broad representation of the people. I've met the chiefs, I've met the pastors, I've met the imams, I've met the Zulu chiefs as well. I have met the artisans, I have met the nurses and doctors, the disabled, all across. And I have received a lot of advice from them. And I am very grateful and a lot of support. What I can tell you from my campaign tours across all the 276 constituencies is that if we all, on December 7th, on Saturday, if we all get up and go to the polling station and vote by midnight on December 7th, we will all hear that the NPP has won. And we will win the parliamentary majority because of the good work that we have done as a party. I want to thank God because I am standing on the shoulders of great men. I want you to give a standing ovation to these great men, former President Joe Kufuor and President Nana Akufo-Addo. And they have performed marvelous. I am standing on their shoulders and I hope to benefit from all that they have done and their advice also going forward. They can say, and I am lucky to have two advise me. The reason why we are going to win this election is because of the work that we have done, the achievements of this government, and our vision going forward. This election is a clear choice between the future and the past. My opponent represents the past, and I, Dr. Bawumia, represents the future of this country. So, the choice that we have on Saturday as we go to vote is whether we want to go forward into the future or backwards into the past. Yekweni anase yesainchi. Thank you. mindset of possibility. We believe in possibility. We believe it is possible to transform this country into an advanced nation. And we have been living by this. Not many people thought it was possible to do national health insurance, but President Bawumia did it. Not many people thought we could do free maternal care, but President Bawumia did it. Not many people thought we could do school feeding, but President Bawumia did it. This is about possibilities and the mindset of possibility. When my opponent came into office, can you remember one policy, that initiative that he implemented in 8 years? Or was it a confirmed? He could not come out with any policy initiative affecting the world. One initiative. So the choice is simple. Are we going into the future with a mindset of possibilities, or are we going into the past with a mindset of impossibility? And sometimes it is important to remind ourselves, because we are a problem-solving government. And Nana Akufo-Addo over the last 8 years has demonstrated this superbly. We have been solving problems. When we came into office and many people could not send their children to senior high school, we said free senior high school education for everyone. That problem. 5.7 million children are going. But what is even more important, when we came into office, there were more boys than girls in senior high school. For every 100 boys, we had 68 girls. Today, there are more girls than boys in senior high school. And as the president said, their performance has dramatically increased. The core 6 subjects of WASI, the pass rate in 2016 was 24%. Last year, it was 64%. And the top 3 students in the whole of West Africa in the WASI exam last year, number 1, number 2, number 3, all came from Ghana. All came from Ghana. I therefore was not surprised, but I was pleasantly surprised when the data ranking the 54 African countries by quality of education. There were 54 countries. 2 weeks ago, the data came out. Ghana is number 2 in the whole of Africa. Number 2 in the whole of Africa. Tunisia is number 1. Ghana is number 2 in the whole of Africa. We have not left it at free SHS. We've brought free technical and vocational education. We have invested 6 billion Ghana cedis over the last 7 years in technical and vocational education. The highest of any government since independence. We have restored the teacher training allowances that were cancelled. We have restored the nursing training allowances that were cancelled. In the area of healthcare, we have seen dramatic improvement. Major investment in health infrastructure. hospitals. We are seeing major hospitals that we are working on, even excluding Agenda 111. And the President has started commissioning the Agenda 111, and I will continue to commission them all the way into next year. There is no government in the history of Ghana that has invested more in health infrastructure than the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. No government. None. When we came into office, Ghana had just 37 ambulances, the whole of Ghana, and we said one constituency, one ambulance. Today, we have 307 ambulances in the National Ambulance Service. We had major problems with the National Health Insurance. It was collapsing. It was reverting to cash and carry. We have paid most of their debts, and diseases that were not covered under National Health Insurance, we have brought them in. Childhood cancer is now covered by National Health Insurance. Sickle cell disease, the drug hydroxyurea, is now covered by National Health Insurance. And since December 1st, just a few days ago, Ghana is now providing free kidney dialysis under National Health Insurance. We have brought many initiatives to bear. We have issued the Ghana card. President Kufuor passed the NIA Act in 2008. 8 years of the Mahama administration, they couldn't issue the Ghana card. And when we came into office, the president asked me to champion the issue of the Ghana card. And today, we have issued the Ghana card to our citizens. We have done, when we came into office, Ghana did not have a working address system. You had to use landmarks by the tree, by the blue house for directions in many places. Today, we have implemented the digital property address system, and you can find anywhere in Ghana, any location in Ghana. Ghana, our own Ghana, is the second country in the whole world to implement a digital property address system. We have solved a major problem. We have brought in mobile money interoperability. Today, Ghana has done something no other African country has done. We have made our domestic payment system totally interoperable. Your Momo account today is working like a bank account. When I said that with Momo interoperability, everybody will have a bank account, my opponents never understood it. They talked about brick and mortar bank account. I'm talking about digital bank account, digital bank account. With what we have done with mobile money interoperability, in the whole of Africa, it is only Ghana that has complete domestic payments interoperability. Only Ghana. And we have 100% access to financial inclusion. Today, we have brought drones to help in the delivery of medical services. Blood, to help in the delivery of vaccines and drugs. And today, our drones, we have 6 centers for medical drones, and they are delivering medicines to 2,700 hospitals and health facilities across Ghana. Today, Ghana, our own Ghana, is the whole world, the leading medical drone delivery service in the whole world. In the area of agriculture, we came up with the Planting for Food and Jobs program. The Planting for Food and Jobs program is one of the most successful agricultural programs that we have implemented in this country. We have more than doubled the rate of growth in agriculture, and we have increased food security in Ghana. You see the whole of Africa. We have 54 countries. The countries with the most food security, or if you rank the countries by food security, Ghana is number 3 in Africa, and out of the 54, number 3 in Africa in terms of food security. South Africa is number 1, Kenya is number 2, and Ghana is number 3. It shows that you have done something right. Choboy, when you come to the macro economy, what is clear is that notwithstanding the challenges we have performed better than the government of John Dramani across. Choboy, we have grown the economy more than him. Overall GDP growth is higher. Agricultural growth under us is higher. Industrial growth is higher. If you look at the budget deficit, ours is lower. You look at the primary balance, ours is lower. You look at gross international reserves, ours is higher. You look at exchange rate depreciation, ours is lower. Ours is lower. Sometimes they don't even understand the data. Do the math, and you will see that notwithstanding the problems we've had in the global economy, and our exchange rate depreciation at 72% over 8 years is lower than your 74% over 8 years. So we have created more jobs than he has. He was creating unemployment. We were creating jobs. We have kept the lights on. So when it comes to the macro economy, it is night and day. We have done better across. Then when you look at infrastructure, we have done almost too much, isn't it? We have done more roads than his government. Isn't it? We have built more airports than his government, more interchanges than his government, more hospitals than his government, more schools than his government, more ports than his government, more fish landing sites than his government, more public libraries than his government, more more sanitation facilities than his government, more infrastructure than his government, more infrastructure for the military, and the army, and the police than his government. There's not one area, one in infrastructure, one that he can compete with us. Not one across all the sectors. The data is clear. So when he said the performance of his government was better than ours, I said to him, if you believe that, then come for a debate, one-on-one. Let us show what is the case or not. Come for a debate. Come for a debate. When you come for a debate, you cannot come and say a Yesu and go away. I'll pin you down with the facts and data. I'll pin you down with the facts and data. When I told him to come, na osro, Ojani to San Kokon Ojani. So, on what basis does John Mahama want to come back? What is the base? You cannot say you done better in education, not in healthcare, not in agriculture, not in infrastructure, not in digitalization. Maybe you have done better in Dumso, I confirm, and then cook on, that's it. We want a government that is going to move this country into the fourth industrial revolution. I have many initiatives that I am bringing. I want Ghana to move away from a dependence on oil and gas to solar power. Solar power. Solar power. Bring down the cost of electricity by 50%. And we are going to do it by moving to solar power. We are going to move to electric vehicles in public transportation. We have started to do the pilot. By moving to electric vehicles, we are going to bring down the cost of public transport by 50% to everybody. We are bringing down the cost of public transport. We are going to leverage the private sector of this economy to create jobs. The private sector holds the key to our wealth creation and prosperity. I am going to make sure that at least 3% of GDP, that is 30 billion Ghana cedis, is ceded to the private sector from the public sector to create jobs for our economy. I am going to bring a flat tax regime to Ghana. A flat tax regime for our imports, a flat tax regime for our incomes. And that will make it very, very easy for tax collection and understanding compliance and so on. So Ghana will have, by the grace of God, a flat tax regime next year. To make sure we all start on a clean slate, I'm bringing in a tax amnesty for all businesses and individuals next year so that we move. The transformation of this country cannot be done without railway infrastructure. We, in the first 8 years, we have been focusing a lot on our roads. I am going to bring in the required investment to build our railway infrastructure. Accra, Kumasi, Taga, Kumasi, Takradi, Ejisu, Edwadi, Awaso, Ninahiri, Edwadi. We are going to do all those railways to put jobs for this country. We are also going to enter into the decade of housing. We are going to address the decade of housing. We are going to build houses just like Singapore did with private sector capital. And I'm going to move. Look, let me tell you one thing. State Housing Corporation, during President Mahama's period, 12. During our term, we have built over 1,000 houses in state housing. When you go to Tema Development Corporation, TDC, during Mahama's period, they built 0 housing. 0. During our period, TDC has built over 1,000 houses. So, when I tell you that we are going to go into a decade of housing, I know what I'm talking about. We are going to go into a decade of housing to leverage on the private sector to build housing. And housing means jobs. Carpenters, masons, electricians, plumbers, windows people, roofers, a lot of jobs to all our people. Choboy, we are in the digital world, and I want to provide the youth digital skills. I want to train at least 1 million youth of Ghana in digital skills. They can stay here in Ghana, work in America, work in Canada, work in Singapore, work in the UK, work in Australia, right from here in Ghana. We are in the digital world. You will get digital skills. Choboy, we have many policies that we have put in our manifesto. Of course, I cannot put all of them out here tonight, but I have been talking about them. One key policy is the credit scoring system. The credit scoring system. We are going to change Ghana with this credit scoring system. Today, if you finish school, you are working, everything you have to buy is cash. Everything is cash. We have introduced a credit scoring system, and very soon you will be buying things from next year and be paying small, and everybody will see an increase in their standard of living. This is a major policy that we are bringing. Choboy, you are also going to see, as we go forward, under my government, all persons with disability will go for university and tertiary education for free. All persons with disability will go for tertiary education for free under my government. We are going to transform this country, move it to another level. As we go on Saturday to make the choice. The choice is between the former president who represents the past and myself. You should ask yourself, who can better unite this country? Who can better unite the diversity of this country? Who can bring innovative ideas to propel into the fourth industrial revolution? Who has the integrity to fight corruption in this country? Who has the integrity to fight corruption in this country? Choboy, who has the compassion for the disabled, for the vulnerable, for the sick in our society? Who cares about the needy? Who can protect free senior high school? Who can protect basic? Who can protect teacher training allowance? Who can protect nurse training allowance? Who can bring more development to our Zongo community? Choboy, you should mull all these questions and ask yourself, who will work very hard and selflessly for the people of Ghana? Who will work very hard and selflessly for the people of Ghana? Who can protect our natural resources? Who can protect our natural resources?